How's the week been, Lee? Has it been a difficult week since Saturday?
The weekend was extremely tough. For myself personally and my staff, we knew that the performance was totally unacceptable. Not what we're looking to do, not what we want to be, and especially coming off the back of a disappointing second half at Wigan, where we thought we knew the reasons to deliver a performance like we did against Bristol Rovers was really disappointing and tough. It was a lot of emotions on Monday when we sat down with the players and got the feedback and watched through the footage. So we do believe as a group that we've let the supporters down, and we need to re-earn that trust again and get them, because their performances have been very consistent in the support for the team. So we have to start delivering for them now, and we understand that we're not getting away from that fact.
Where did you start working on so many negatives from a game like that? Is it a case of sitting in front of the TV and watching it again?
Well, that's the best way. I'm not a manager that enjoys showing negative things to players, and you know, it's and basically pointing things out that they haven't done particularly well, especially in a group session. But I think there was that many things wrong as the group. We felt we had to do that, and you know, we give the players an opportunity as a group as well on their own to look at things and come back with some feedback to us, which we felt was important and was good in reflection. But ultimately, you know, as I keep saying, it's the proof's always just in the pudding. You have to then go in the next game and make sure that you rectify some of the problems. Now, the first major thing is we've got to stop conceding goals. That's 7 goals in my last 2 league games, which is absolutely horrific. And if a team's going to be successful, they have to do that. That was one of the things that we sorted out when I got here first last year, and we have to get back to that. We have to get back to being, you know, aggressive, determined, taking pride, stopping crosses as defenders, taking pride in not giving our opponents many opportunities. And that wasn't the case Saturday, because, as I said after the game, our best player on the day was our goalkeeper. And so we talked, and we've worked on it. We're going to be working on it more to make sure that first and foremost we're solid. We don't commit and concede any goals, and then we can work on the rest going forward. Then.
Most of it is out on the training ground.
That's the only way you can improve. That's the only way you can get better. That's the only way you can rectify the problems, both on the footage in the classroom and working hard on the training ground, and being receptive to understand why you haven't done particularly well, if you haven't got an idea. And as you rightly said, there was many aspects to why we delivered such a ineffective performance on Saturday.
There's one thing you don't want is you keep it to be that busy.
No, of course you do. You don't want your keeper to be picking up man of the match awards, and especially when you've conceded 3 at home and you've lost. So that tells its own story in a nutshell, really, that you don't have to debate anything more. So, you know, the players are aware, I'm certainly aware, my staff, that we've let our fans down massively in the second half at Wigan and then in the last game. But there's 129 points to play for. We have to make sure we're better and we're more competitive, competing for these points, and give ourselves a chance to get some points on the board and some wins to you know, get that momentum and confidence going.
Have you seen a response from the lads since Saturday, since Monday?
Absolutely, yeah. I certainly have, in all aspects. And you know, they were quiet, they were down. We all were. You know, Monday was a tough day, but it had to do what was required to iron out and try and find solutions to the reasons why. That's the key. You've got to try and find solutions and reasons to why you were so ineffective in the game, and hopefully we've had that. I like the feedback from the players. It's important that we get that. As I said all along, pre-season, we're all in this together. We've delivered a poor performance, and you know, that's down to me, of course, as the manager and the leader of the group. and then the staff, and then the players. So we all take collective responsibility, but ultimately I have to make sure that we can improve where we were on Saturday.